don't know if people see me there, but yes, we are live. Very good. So we can start. Let me tell everyone that we are doing this, sending the email and so on. Today, we didn't announce the live streaming in social media. No Instagram, Facebook, or whatever. We just sent a message to Telegram, to our email list, but we didn't announce it on Instagram because I had no time to do that.
¿Te va a pagar el Wi-Fi?
Ya lo apagué, no te preocupes. Idealmente si lo puedes apagar, sí. Okay, very good. So we are live. Just let me check that Instagram is working too. Yes, Instagram is working too. Very good. So guys, today we're going to do sacadas forward. Let me see. Probably we have more light from this angle. Yes, I think it's going to be better. So we decided that we are not going to do this live streaming on Facebook anymore because the quality on YouTube it turns down or goes really down when we do the live streaming on Facebook at the same time. I don't know why, but on Facebook it was like perfect quality, and on YouTube very bad quality. So we are going to do it only on YouTube, and then we are going to upload the recording to Facebook, right? But we are not going to do Facebook at the same time. But we are going to do Instagram. So this is going to be from now on. So today we're going to do sacadas forward for both roles, for the leader and for the follower. So this is a kind of chain sacadas, let's say, yes, chain sacadas. Okay, I'm not sure about the mic. I hope the microphone is going to be okay. Well, let's see, because it's the microphone of the computer. We're going to see. Anyway. So, today we're going to do sacadas forward, but before. Remember, sometimes we can't announce these live streamings on social media because sometimes I just don't have time to do all this. But I always announce it to our email list, which you can access on UniversiTango.com. UniversiTango.com is our free email list. You just jump in there, type your email, and you're in. That's it. It takes like 20 seconds. I will send you the link to this opt-in page here in the chat on YouTube. And also remember, Telegram is also very fast and very very easy to check. So our Telegram channel is UniversiTango. I will type this here in the chat. UniversiTango. You just go on Telegram, you look for UniversiTango, join channel, and you're in. That's it. So today, let's start with live streaming. We are going to do sacadas forward for both roles. But we have to prepare this first because it's not just like doing sacadas forward. We need to prepare the sacadas. So what we're going to do first is basic step and oches forward, nothing else. Basic step onto the 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then oches forward. It's very simple, very easy. 2, 3, 4, 5, forward oches. So if you have like probably maybe let's say 2 tango lessons, you should already know how to do this. Okay, basic step 2, 3, 4, 5, and just forward. Nothing else. Very, very, very simple. So let's do it from here. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, forward, and that's it. So this is, let's say, exercise number 1. Let me check Instagram. Yes, it's working good. Okay. You know, on Instagram, I live stream with the back camera, so I don't know what you see, but I can imagine what you see. So I know more or less where should we show all figures so that you see that. Okay, so this is going to be the first exercise. Now, the second exercise is for the man, just the man's step. Because men, they always get confused about not about the leading only, but about what are their steps. And now for everyone, the leader has no fixed steps. The leader can create steps right away, whenever he wants, because the woman is not leading the man is normally leading the woman. Or let's say normally, well, nowadays it's everything very confusing in the world, but normally it's like the leader is leading, the follower is following. So the leader can do actually whatever he wants. He doesn't need to do certain steps. He can do whatever he wants if he's leading the right way. But anyway, now, because everybody gets confused with the leader steps and so on, so I'm going to show you the leader step. Very simple. Leader step that we are going to need. It's not what we were doing now. This is another exercise. 2, 3, 4. Here we're going to do a rebote. We're going to change and go forward. That's it. All right. So 2, 3, 4. Rebote, back, change, and go forward. That's it. From this other point of view, it's 2, 3, 4. Rebote, change to the left foot and go forward with the right foot. So these are going to be the two main exercises that we need for doing the forward sacadas, all right? At first, because we will start from the forward ochos. And then we need this pattern in order to go into the sequence. Now, guys, if you're jumping in now, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's for free. You just click there on subscribe and that's it. It takes less than 2 seconds and it's very good for the channel. And also, if you have any questions, you can write your questions in the chat in Spanish, English, German, or Czech. All languages are good.
YouTube, yes.
On YouTube, not on Instagram. On Instagram, I think we don't see the comments. No, we don't see comments on Instagram. But on YouTube, this is the disadvantage on Instagram, that we can't see that. But on YouTube, you can write all your comments there, all your questions, everything what you would like to know, you can write it there in the chat. And for the next live streaming, remember to go to UniversiTango.com. UniversiTango.com, we will let you know when is the next live streaming, the date, time, topic, and the direct link. All right. So now, let's continue. There's a third exercise that we need for doing these sacadas. We repeat now. The first one was 2, 3, 4, 5, forward. Very simple. 2, 3, 4, 5, and forward touches. This is exercise number 1. Now, exercise number 2 or pattern number 2. This is only for the man, or for the leader. 2, 3, 4. Rebote. Go back, change to the left foot and go forward with the right foot. So 2, 3, 4, rebote, change, step. That's it. Okay, so remember this pattern. And now we have a third exercise for both roles. It's exactly the same, because remember that the sacadas that we're going to do now, they are sacadas in a kind of chain models, so that we can repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat the sacadas. And for this, we're going to need, yes, I'm going to show it. You can take a seat. So we're going to need 2 things. Okay, we're going to need the rotation like a spiral, and then we're going to need the block position, because everyone talks about rotation. Rotating the upper body, rotating the hips, rotating the head, rotating everything's rotation in tango. Well, not always. Sometimes we also need block movements. Okay, so we're going to use here spiral, which is going to be the rotation like dissociation, and then we're going to use the block position, which is rotation but not dissociated. It's going to be the same side of the upper body and the same side of the hips too. And the pattern or the exercise is going to be this one. I step forward with the right foot, rotating the upper body to the right. Then I will pivot to the right. Remember this? Right foot forward, rotation of the upper body to the right, pivot to the right, and we will keep rotating the upper body to the right, so that at the end we are in a block position. I keep rotating the upper body to the right, I pivot again to the right, and I keep rotating the upper body to the right. So here you have both movements. You have the spiral and you have the block. You have the spiral movement here, you see? My hip is pointing like there, my upper body there. But now we rotate both in the same direction. Now you have block. Now you keep rotating the upper body to the right, you step forward with the right foot, you have spiral, now you have block. You have spiral, block, spiral, block. And this is going to be the last exercise that we need in order to do these forward sacadas for both rolls. Let me check Instagram. Okay, very good. Instagram is here. Very good. So now we will start connecting all of this. The watches forwards was only to identify the pattern. Then we have the pattern for the leader, which is important for jumping into the sequence. And now we have this last exercise in order to actually do the sacadas. Now we will see the point where we jump into the sacada. So we're going to do this. We go to the 2, 3, 4. Take a look. 2, 3, 4, and here we do the rebote. Right? So this is the moment when the man is going to do this rebote, change the weight, and step forward. So keep this in mind. So we do 2, 3, 4, rebote, and in this moment when I transfer the weight to the left foot from the right to the left, I will rotate the upper body to the right to let the woman walk forward. Because I am going to stay there, changing the weight, but I want her to walk forward. So 2, 3, 4, rebote, and take a look. I keep rotating the upper body to the right to let her walk forward, even if I am just transferring the weight on the same spot. Right? So, again, 2, 3, 4, rebote, step. Now, what I will do is I am going to lead the woman a forward push. Forward. This is my goal. That the woman makes a forward push. Let's do it again. That's why we did the forward push in the beginning. 3, 4, rebote, and take a look. I want a forward push. Now, in the moment when the woman makes the forward push, I will step forward too, and I will pull her to me in order to make the first sakada. Yeah. And here we have the very first sakada. Now, probably some of you are going to be afraid of this movement, and women, especially when women don't know this sakada. Let me change this tango here. No, I don't like this one either. This is better. So when followers or women don't know this sakada, they don't dare to do that. They are afraid of doing this sakada because they think they're going to hurt the man. This happens very often. So what you should do as a leader is to lead a forward ocho, if possible, without letting her know that you're going to step. So she needs to imagine that she is going to do the forward ocho, just the forward ocho. It's like, the feeling is like this forward ocho. This is the goal of the leading. Remember that everything what you lead is not really every time mechanical. Sometimes or many times is psychological leading, because I want her to think of a movement or to think of a figure so that she makes the figure, but I don't have to lead this figure mechanically. This is much better. Everything is much better if she dances than me moving her, right? So I want her to think of a very simple, common forward ocho, nothing else. And this is what I leave. 2, 3, rebote, and very simple, common forward ocho. Now, when she's already moving towards to the next forward step, which is the forward ocho, I am going to step in between and I am going to create the space where she comes in. In this moment, the sakada happens. So this sakada is not always intentional from her side because probably she's not aware of the sakada. Probably she doesn't know she's going to do the sakada. And the sakada just happens. Let's say it like this, right? Of course, if the woman knows the sakada already, it's going to work much better because she creates the perfect movement. But it's not necessary for her to know the sakada in order to make the sakada for the leader. So the leader can lead a forward ocho, very common step, and the sakada should, in most of cases, let's say 80%, should work. All right, so let's try again. We have 2, 3, 4, rebote, forward ocho, and I step in between. You could do it even a little bit later. Now I was stepping a bit earlier because I know that Lupina knows the sakada, but if you're not sure if the follower knows the sakada, then probably going a little bit later, lead and step in the very last moment so that she has no time to realize that she's going to make a sakada. And then the sakada just happens that she doesn't know. Okay, I hope everything is clear until now, guys, on YouTube. If you have any questions, you can write your questions in the chat. Remember this. And subscribe also to this channel. It's for free. And remember, UniversiTango.com. This is our opt-in page. Also, for everyone here, we just launched a new section inside of Tango Expert. This is our premium community, TangoExpert.com. And we just launched a new section, which is Charla Tango. This is a podcast that is created by Orlando Nieto exclusively for Tango Expert. This is about tango history, culture, and tradition. So if you want to know more, to understand tango better, to know more about the history, the culture, and the tradition, listening a podcast is a very fun way of doing it. And I have to say, Orlando makes it really fun. So you can listen to the full episode without pauses because it's really, really entertaining. And you will get access to it trying the 14-day free trial of Tango Expert. You just go to tangoexpert.com. This is the premium community where we teach once a week online via Zoom, many different topics. We have also guest maestros. We have musicality training video library. We have interactive musicality, and I don't know what else we have. Solo tango, and now we have also. And now we have also the podcast Charla Tango, which is amazing, and it's exclusively only for Tango Expert. You are not going to find it anywhere else. So the first episode is already online, and we are going to launch the second, the third, which are already down in the coming weeks. So now let's continue with the topic. Now we have already the pattern to get into the sakada. We have the rebote, we have the forward ocho, we have the first sakada, right? Let's see again. 2, 3, 4, rebote, forward ocho, step, and then the moment did the first sakada already. Now I am going to keep rotating the upper body because I want her to go forward. This is what I want. I want her to go forward. So I keep rotating the upper body. And in this moment, I do my pivot and I go into my sakada exactly here. Let's repeat the movement. Let's do 2, 3, 4, rebote, and sakada. Keep rotating, and now it's my turn. When you do the sakada, this is important for leaders and for followers because both are going to have exactly the same, let's say, I don't want to say problem, but I want to say the same situation. In the moment of doing the sakada here, you will have to tense the left side of your back because you're going to have the hand here, right? So this is here exactly the same for both. This is, in this case, my block position and her spiral position. So on her spiral position, she's going to have to apply the tension here to create the spiral. And since I am going to step in the same direction, I can't push because if I go here, she's going to lose the balance. So I have to apply the tension on the left side of my back as well in order to be able to go in without pushing her out of the axis. So we need this tension here. I need the tension on the left side, she needs the tension on the right. And here I keep rotating because I want to lead her a forward ocho, and we repeat exactly the same situation. She makes the forward ocho, I step between, and then we have her sakada. I keep rotating, and now I have my sakada, and so on. We repeat the chain sakadas forwards for both blocks. So now everything together looks like this. Take a look. 2, 3, 4, rebote, forward ocho, change, and now sakada, 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 and so on. How do I resolve the sakadas? Normally, I do a parada at the end. That's it. So, for example, if we start in this direction, we're going to have 4, and we have sakada, 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 and I leave a parada at the end. Right. We don't want to close it. So let's show it from the other point of view. We do 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. The rebote, and now sakada, 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 stretch, and parada. When I do the parada, I stretch my leg in front of her standing foot, which is in this case the right foot. And this is how I normally resolve the sakadas. Of course, there are many ways to resolve this sakada. So I hope it's everything clear until here. Well, we don't dive into the topic so much. This is what we do normally in Tango Expert in our premium community. There we analyze every single movement, rotation, position of the feet, timing, and everything what you need to know. But this is going to give you an idea of what you can do with a very simple movement like spiral and block, spiral and block. It's like forwards ochos all the time. All right, so this is something very nice that you can do with your dance, with your improvisation. Now, the last thing I wanted to tell you, this is not always Milonga friendly. Why? Even if you see that we are dancing in the same direction all the time, for example, we start here, we're dancing in this direction, we want to move there in this direction. Is it Milonga friendly or not? For example, in this case, it's not Milonga friendly at all because we are going towards the camera. So we are crashing all couples through the dance floor. But now, if I start exactly at the same point, and someone is visiting us, oh, take a look, guys. Take a look. Cuéntasela la cámara. Llévala a la cámara. So, always when we're live streaming, she comes here and she tells us, okay, it's too much. You have to finish it, or I'm hungry, or whatever. Okay, very good. So, let's continue now. So, you saw that the first way of doing it is not Milonga friendly. Okay, we'll show it again. So if you just do it without thinking about the direction, we're going to make enemies at Milonga. This is not good at all, right? But if you change the first angle, then it is possible to make it Milonga friendly. For leaders, if you want to do the Milongas, think about starting the first sakada not in the direction of the Milonga, but 90 degrees to the right, which is here. This is the best and the right way to start these sakadas in order to make them Milonga friendly, right? So we do 2, 3, and take a look. The The not Milonga-friendly one was when I started Sacadas, practically looking to the same direction and turning down. Here we go through all the dance lines. But now, if I change the angle and take a look now, for example, I don't step forward there, but I step forward there. Then we move in the direction of the milonga. So this very small, simple thing is going to change everything when dancing these figures at milonga. Because think about it, when you dance it, either you are dancing at home or you want to try it at milongas. But not everything what you learn for a sequence is milonga friendly. So take care about this, right? Only changing the small angle is going to make this sequence milonga friendly. Probably even less than 90 degrees, could be like probably, I don't know, 70 degrees is going to be enough. So it doesn't have to be like this, it can be like here, not completely 90 degrees. And it's going to be enough, and you're going to make this sequence milonga friendly. All these things, guys, we talk about all these things in Tango Expert. We analyze every single thing inside of Tango Expert so that you learn how to adjust everything for milongas, also in small spaces, to control everything what you dance at milongas, because this is very important. It makes no sense that you learn 1,000 steps and sequences and whatever if you can't dance it at milongas. If you want to dance them only at home, it's okay, but if you want to apply them at milongas where you're going to go dancing, then you need to know how to adjust everything. Where are the limits? What can you do? What can you not do? What in which speed is the best? So many things that are important. We talk about all these things and all these topics inside of Tango Expert. You can try the free trial, 14-day free trial, tangoexpert.com. This is our premium community now with a special podcast, which is Charla Tango, a new section inside of this platform. You're going to find a lot of material there. Also musicality, a lot of musicality trainings and videos to improve. So let's show it once more. Remember, you can do the parada at the end. I don't know how many the balconies. What do you mean with balconies in milonga rhythm? I don't understand what's balconies, but let me find the translation, because I'm not sure about balconies. No, I don't find the translation. The sacadas. The sacadas. No, the sacadas are, if you mean the same sacadas with milonga. So if you mean these same sacadas on milonga, they are possible to do, but in a different way. When I lead these sacadas in milonga, normally I don't do my sacada. I only lead her sacada, but I don't do my sacada. I just step. So if I do it like milonga, like fast rhythm, I will do like, for example, step, 1, 2, 3, sacada, step, sacada, step, sacada, step, sacada, step, sacada, step, and continue. But I don't do my sacada, because when I do my sacada, then we get a lot of momentum, which is actually not very good for this kind of rhythm. It's what I say is very subjective, but it's too fast. In this case, tango vals is better for the sacada, because you have this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 all the time. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, or a faster vals could be also possible. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and so on. And also tango, but not in milonga. In milonga, as I told you, you can lead her sacada, but I don't do my sacada. Also in milonga, when I do this sacada, because I dance the sacadas in milonga too, but I give the woman a kind of distance before the sakada. So it's like I let her go farther, and then I pull her to the sakada. For example, like this. So I give her like whatever, and so you see, I push her back, and then to me, and back, and then to me, and then we get a better effect. Also, as you saw now, I changed the weight. So I changed from the right to the left foot, and I didn't do the step. I think this could be for Milonga even better. Sakada, change, sakada, change, sakada, change. Whatever else. Right? One more thing. With a twist, the sacadas. With the twist, you mean probably with the pivot. In this case, the sakada is always with the pivot, but the pivot, this is a very good question, because the pivot is only for the sakada, not for the next step. I will show it slow now,
Yes.
because this is
Yes.
this is exactly the same for the follower.
Yeah.
This is a very good question now, because the pivot is only when doing the sakada, but not when stepping then. Take a look. Now I do this step here, but I don't pivot.
I do.
She's pivoting, but if you saw, pivot is when you turn on the standing foot. So if I go forward, I'm standing here, but I am going there. I am going there, but I am not pivoting. So it's like stepping without pivot. Now pivot for the sakada. Now I just direction my body in the next direction, but I'm not pivoting really. If you want, you can like adjust the position. There's not really a pivot, and then pivot again for the sakada. We will show it slow now.
Exactly the same for the women.
For the moment, it's exactly the same. Take a look slow. So we have here.
I'm not pivoting.
She's not pivoting now, but she's pivoting for the sakada. Now she's pivoting. I am not. Now I am pivoting for the sakada, but Lumina is not.
I will start.
Now she pivots for the sakada. I don't. Now I pivot for the sakada. She doesn't pivot. Okay, she's not pivoting. So the pivot is only for the sakada, but not for the step that you do for receiving the sakada. Right? And there was another question here about doing, which was sacadas. I think sacadas at Milonga. Harun asked about sacadas at Milonga night. We talked about it. You can make them Milonga-friendly. So you can do sacadas or not, depending on how much space you have. But in this case, if you find the space, but you need the right direction, then you have to take care of the angle. For those who are jumping in now and didn't hear this part, remember that if the man is going straight, for example here, the man is going straight, then we're going to go through the whole dance floor and it's not going to be good. But if you change the angle, let's say between 70 and 90 degrees to the right before the woman's first sakada, then it's going to be Milonga-friendly because of the direction. Take a look. Here, you move exactly in the direction of the Milonga, and there should be no problems. Also, normally I do like 4 sakadas and then I do the parada already. So you can rewind the video then and you will see how many sakadas I do. I think we have 4 sakadas. The woman, the man, and then the parada. I think this is what's the best. But if you have enough space for doing them, you can try doing them the whole phrase, musical phrase until the end, and then do the parada at the end or whatever you can do at the end. Right? So, for example, in vals, if I start with the sacadas, I love to do them the whole musical phrase until the end. But you are not going to have always the space at milongas for doing that. At least when we perform, then we repeat the sacadas until the end of the musical phrase, but then we have the whole space for doing that. So you have to analyze the situation. Even if you if you start the sacadas later in the phrase, then you can dance it until the end because you don't have so many beats anymore. And James, yes, you can write whatever you want. We have time for more questions, so you can type your question. So this is about this sacadas. You see, a very simple movement. Just take care about the pivot for doing the sacada, not for receiving the sacada. There's no pivot. And the other thing, the spiral and the block.
Spirals.
The block is not bad. Sometimes we use the block. We do use the block for some movements, right? So, and James has another question, but he's probably typing the question there. But remember, these sacadas are also applicable to the to milonga, but in another way, as we showed before, and also to tango valleys. Okay, now we have James' question. The movement goes outside the dance line. Oh, sacada. Outside of the dance line. Well, this is difficult. Then I would stay in this new dance line and find the moment to go again in, because adjusting it is quite difficult. Let's try it. For example, we are dancing here in this line, and then we move to this other line. Can we return to the line? This is the question. So let's try. For example, we start here. We start like this. And now we go out of the dance line. What I would do in this case is I would skip my sakada to lead her the sakada and return to the dance line. I know what you mean because I had this question also many years ago when I tried this for the first time, and I discovered that skipping your sakada changed the angle again. Okay, so you are not going to have this problem, let's say, to the right. You are going to have this problem only to the left. With this sacadas, you're not going to have the problem of changing the line to the right. For example, if we start here, the only thing that can really happen is that we start going towards the camera. So it's, for me, in this case, going more to the left. You will never have this problem to the right, but you can make it more to the right intentionally, skipping your sakada, and instead of doing the sakada, changing the weight on the spot. Because that way, you don't have to turn like this, you stay there, but then you turn more. And this makes you go more to the right and return to the dance floor. Let's try it again. So we're, for example, here in the middle, we start the sacadas, and if I want to move to the other dance line, then what would I do? I would skip my sakada, and then we return to the main dance line. If we start here, and I forget the angle to the right, I forget the angle and I start straight forward. And then we have this problem, and we change the dance line. I skip my sakada, changing on the spot, and here we just return to the dance line. Okay, so this would be a good solution in case that you forget it. Huh? Desde Brasil, un abrazo para Brasil. Muy bien. So guys, we hope this was useful for you. Remember our social media channels. So we are on YouTube as UniversiTango. You can subscribe our channel. This is completely for free. We have also Instagram, UniversiTango. We have the Facebook fan page, UniversiTango too. We have Telegram channel, UniversiTango again, and the opt-in page for our free email list, which is UniversiTango.com. I will give you here the links again. This is UniversiTango.com. This is the direct link here in the chat. You just go there, you type your email in, click on submit, and you are in. It's for free. And we have also the Telegram channel, which is also UniversiTango. You have the direct link here too. This is even faster, like UniversiTango.com is like 20 seconds probably. Type your email, you're in. Telegram is also free, yes. Just click on there and you click on join channel and it takes like probably, I don't know, 5 seconds and you are in. It's for free. And we share also the information about the live streamings that we're doing, the free classes, the date, the time, the topic, and the direct link too. Also, when we post a video of, for example, class reviews, I am posting class reviews like from year 2021. So I have like, I don't know, like 200 classes to keep posting. it's a lot. And of course, I have to tell that we have a musicality course. The musicality course, if you want to take a look at it, it's here. It's musicalitytango.com. I think this is the musicalitytango.com. Musicalitytango.com. I think this is the direct link, but you have the link here on the chat as well. And yes, this is the link. And also we have our premium community, which is Tango Expert. TangoExpert.com. You have the direct link to there. This is, of course, this is not for free. This is the premium community. This is a paid membership. And you will have inside, you will have weekly classes with us via Zoom. You have the recordings in high quality of every of the lessons we have hosted since the beginning of this project. We have solo tango video library. We have the musicality training video library. We have the interactive musicality. These are games. You don't need a partner for it. You can play it on the computer. This is for training the anticipation of your brain. Then we have the guest maestros we invited to teach in Tango Expert. And now we have Charla Tango, the podcast about tango history, culture, and tradition. It's exclusively for Tango Experts, only made for Tango Expert. You won't find it anywhere else. This is tangoexpert.com, our premium community. So guys, thank you very much for being here today once more. We're going to keep doing this twice a week. So next week, we're going to jump in online live again for a free lesson. Go to UniversiTango.com or to the Telegram group. We're going to let you know when we do the next. Until then, have a nice weekend and see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Must demonstrate 8 with Sacada. Starting from the 5.
No, and this
Cross?
was exercise, yeah?
This difficulty draw. You mean 8 with Sacada starting from the 5, from the cross. You mean the same Sacadas? Because if it's the same Sacadas, the way of doing it is quite more or less the same. Together, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we start here the Sacadas. The only difference for doing it, if you mean the same Sacadas, I accompany the woman with an amague. Amague is a kind of rebote. For example, when you do this kind of things like this, it's like a traspié in Milonga. Yes, it's like a traspié in Milonga. For example, in Milonga, well, this is not Milonga music, but when you dance Milonga, for example, when you do this kind of movements, which are traspiés in tango, this traspié is called rebote or amague. In this case, I think the rebote is like more rhythmic, like this, and the amague is like a traspié. And there are probably different opinions about it. If it's not like this, write something in the comments after. So I do an amague here when I lead the first ocho. You see, I go with her, and then I go away. So then you have to take care about the rotation. You go with her, and then keep rotating, and then she goes in. From this other point of view, it looks like this: 2, 3, 4, 5, and amague, and then she comes in. Because I need to accompany her for a moment before she comes in. If I lead it directly to the cross, let's say for example cross here, and I leave it like this, then probably she's not going to feel so comfortable because I'm leaving her completely away from me. But if I go with her, then I accompany the movement all the way through and it's more comfortable for her. From the cross, for example here, I go with her and then I do the amari. Just take care of the direction in the angle. Because here it's going to happen exactly the same. You will probably naturally go forward. But it's better if you take this angle in order to make it Milonga-friendly. We do it from the basic step 2, 3, 4, 5. Amari and take a look. Take the direction. All opposite direction. And the parada at the end. Okay. So I hope I answered to the question the right way and you could solve this topic. So, it's our pleasure. Thank you for being here. So now, right, Tangueros, thank you very much for being here once again. We always say with Ludmila, we're going to make it probably shorter this time, probably half an hour, but then we always do more. If you have questions, remember, we are here for you. You can write your questions there, and we are happy to tell you how we would do it, and if it helps you, even better. So thank you very much. Have a nice weekend, and see you next week in another transmission live. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.